What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and welcome to another exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff, the series where I teach you that there really isn't much more than meets the eye. It's actually pretty easy to figure out, honestly. But moving on, we are going to be doing Pack 11 of the Agora Models Optimus Prime. And here we have all the parts for this stage of the build. So we have everything we need here to finish up his legs. We're going to build his midsection, and we're also going to be putting together the remote control for the whole thing. There are going to be some parts left over for the next stage. The next stage will be the final stage. So we're not going to use everything here, but we're going to use most of it. So let's get down to it. So we're going to start off by bringing in Prime's big beefy legs here, and we're going to take these pieces here, and this is just going to sit right up top, like that, I believe. No, do I have this right? I thought I did. Nope. Like this. I have it right. I have it right. There we go. There's a specific way it's supposed to go in, and this will be secured with two PB 2.6x8 screws. I already got one loaded up on my screwdriver here. So we'll just, as usual, get the party started. And there's one. And there's two. And now, whisker! We screw around with our Prime just a little bit more. Well, we're pretty much at the home stretch here. After this, we only have one more pack to go. So, it's getting exciting. There we go. So we have that secured, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And once that is done, we're going to bring in two of these. And these are going to sit right in here, like so. And these are going to be secured with two more PB 2.6x8 screws. So let me just get these screwed real quick. Okay, so that is done. We got it on both sides here. So now we're going to put this off to the side and work on something else real quick. So now we have these parts right here and a bunch of these. So what's going to happen is we're going to take these, we're going to glue these onto these, 4 on each one. Now do be mindful, there is a specific orientation. You can see we have a little molded in arrow here, a little molded in arrow, so those should be pointing the same way as your orientation. 4 on each one, 8 in total, so I'm going to get these glued real quick. Okay, so we got those done, and now it's time to bring our legs back in. Okay, so these are going to just drop in right here, like that. Obviously you're going to put one on either side, right there, and these will be secured with two each of the PB 2.6x8 screws. So let's get to screwing. And there we go, nice and snuggin'. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in these little plastic rods here. We have 8 in total, and you're just going to drop them into these ports right here. Right there, and right there. We're going to do that on both sides. And then we're going to bring in this little cap piece right here. And make sure you have that oriented properly. There's a notch for all those little rods to fall into. Then we're going to bring in this piece. And this is going to just cap all this off. Make sure those rods go into their homes. Like that. There we go. And this will be secured with a singular PB 2.6x8 screw. And then we just have this little cap up top. They do recommend that we put some glue on it, but maybe we don't need the glue. Do we need the glue? Let's see. I'll be the judge of that. I don't think we need the glue. Or maybe I do. Well, it's kind of stuck in there now. Okay. I don't think it's going anywhere. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And there we have our tanks, and they look quite good. So now let's put this off to the side and work on something else. So now we have the, I believe these are the brake pads, I think. So we do have specific ones. You have ones that are labeled 1, and you have ones that are labeled 2. So the ones that are labeled 2 have 2 tabs. The ones that are labeled 1 only has 1 tab. You can see these sections right here have 1 notch and these have 2 notches. So the 1s go with the 1s, the 2s go with the 2s, and that just drops down, and these will need to be glued on. So we're going to glue all 4 of these into their respective spaces, and let me get that done real quick. Okay, so we got those done, so now we can put these off to the side and work on the next thing. So now we have tires to do, and again, I love that they're Autobot brand wheels. Love that so much. But anyway, gonna take a rim here and drop it. That's not part of the step, that's not the step, but we're gonna take the rim here and just drop that into the tire, and we're gonna do this 4 times. And there you go, we got 4 wheels, so now let's bring in our legs. Okay, so here we have our legs. We're starting with the right legs, so we're going to bring in these pieces, the ones that are labeled part 1, and we're bringing in this piece as well, and this is also labeled with a number 1. So this is going to sit over these rings like that, and then you take these, and I believe these are just going to sit right in here, like so, and like so. And then you're going to take a little rubber ring here, and that's going to go over that, like that. And then we bring in our wheels, and those will just sit right on there, like so. And like so, and this is going to be held in with, first you're going to put on a little washer here, and this will be secured with a PWB 2.6 by 8 screws. So let me get all of this together. Alright, so we got those secured on, and the finishing touch is just this little cap here that's going to go right in the middle, and these need to be glued in, so let me glue these in real quick. And there we go. We got those in. That's looking good. And look, they still spin. They spin and everything. Isn't that precious? There you go. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, so we got those wheels installed. Lovely, lovely. And the legs are officially done. So now we can put this off to the side for now anyway and work on the next thing. So now it's time to build a spine. That's right, a spine. So what we're going to do here is just have a little assembly line going. So we're going to take this piece. That will go in here. Then we take one of these and orient it thusly. So it's looking like that. And then we take a pin, run it through, and I have to do this 6 times. So I'm going to assembly line this real quick. Alright, so we have 6 of these all put together, so now we need to merge all of these. So basically this is going to sit over this. So you basically have it looking like that. Just kind of hanging one over the other, and you're going to link these all together in a big chain. And then you're going to run pins through all of that to keep them together. So let me do that real quick. Okay, so we got that together. You can see what it's supposed to look like when it's all done. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, we got that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this one right here, and this will get another one of these. That will go right there. That will get another pin. I'm going to do that real quick. Okay. Got that together. Lovely. So we got that going on. And last but not least, we got one more of these. We have this one. We want it in this orientation here. And this, I believe, is going to take a shorter pin. So you have longer pins, you have shorter pins. I believe this one will take the shorter pin. Yes, this will take the shorter pin. So let me get this thing real quick. And there it is. Got that pin in. That is wonderful. So last thing we need to do is we need to connect these. So this one is going on this end right here, and this one is going on this end, so we need to run pins through those, so let me do that real quick. Okay, so there we go. We have our spine right there. That's an interesting thing. Hey, alrighty. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to take all these plates right here, and all of these are going to get screwed to the spine here. So basically we're going to have in this orientation with these little tabs facing up, and you want these facing down like that, and each one's just going to sit right in here. You're going to start from the bottom and work your way up and just layer them on top of each other, and each of these will be secured with what? With PB 2.3 by 6 screws. So let's get all of these screwed. And there you go. We have us a spine, and it just looks like a weird bug. But alright, so let's put this off to the side and get working on the next bit. Okay, so now we have this back in. Now we're bringing in this little metal piece here. It's going to be oriented with this, with these two holes that are closer together. You want these facing the front, and that's just going to sit right there. And this will get secured from either side with what? With 2 of the M3x8 screws. So I'll get these on. Okay, so that is nice and secured. So now we can put this off to the side again because we have something else to work on. Okay, so we have these pieces right here. We have this plate. We have these 2 chunks of metal right here. And you want it in this orientation. They are labeled 1 and 2. You want 1 on this side. Let's see where we're going here. Where are we living? We're living right here. Where are we? There we go. It's going to drop down right there. And number 2 is going to drop down right there. So that's how you want that oriented. And these will be secured with 4 of the PB 2.6 by 8 screws. So let's get these screwed. Alright. So we got that secured up. That's how you want that looking. So next thing we need to do is we need to bring in our spine. And this is going how? This is going this way, and this is going to sit right here. Okay, so it's going to sit right in there, like that, and this will be secured with 2 PB 2.3 by 6 screws. So let me get this screwed, and there you go. We have our spine attached here. That's how we want that looking. So now we need to attach this to the rest of the body. Okay, so now we're going to take this assembly. It's just going to drop down right on top like that, and this is going to get secured with these little rings, and 4 of the M3x8 bolts. So let me get these all on. Alright, and that is the last one, nice and snuggened. Okay, so now we're bringing in these bolts right here. You want this bit going in first, and I believe you want this section facing vertically, so I believe that's the correct orientation. That just sits there, and that just sits there. So again, we're going to put this off to the side because we need to put something else together. Okay, so now we have these 3 pieces to deal with. 2 pieces of plastic, 1 piece of metal, and what are we doing here? Looks like this is going to sit here, that's going to sit there, and this is going to do what? That's going to sit right in here like that, and that's what we're going to end up with. And all of this will get secured with 5 of the PB 2.6 by 8 screws. So let's get this all screwed. Okay, we got that in snuggened, and now we have us little slidey bit there. Look at that. Oh, look, mechanisms, things, stuff, hooray. Okay, so this piece is going to sit. You want the die-cast part facing down. That's going to sit right in there like that. And then we have these 2 red plastic pieces that are going to sit over it and hold that in place from either side. And this is going to get secured with 4 PB 2.6 by 8 screws. Okay, so now once that is done, you have 4 more ports that are right in here, and these are going to take 4 PM 3x8 screws, so let me get these in. Okay, so that is that last screw enschnuggened. Alrighty, so now we are bringing in these pieces right here, and they're going to sit right in these bolts. Let's get these lined up, and that should just pop right in. The other one, and just slot that right in, like so. And then these are going to take 2 more of these bolts. One right there. Come on, go in your home. Go in your home. It doesn't like that home. How about this one? You like this home? There we go. It likes that home a lot better. And we'll try this one. How do you like this home? There you go. You like this home a lot better. There we go. So there we go. So we got that. And now we're going to bring in these pieces. This is how you want them oriented. And we have a slot that's going to go into that bolt. And we have this port here that's going to go into this. So we just got to line everything up here. And get this all in place here. Okay, got that in. Took a little bit of finagling, but I got it, and I undid the wires here. I had them tied up because we need to make sure that these wires are going behind this metal piece here. So that's how that is going to be living right there. So we got that. And now we have this plate, this metal plate, that's going to sit right up top. That will hold these 2 sides together. And this will be secured with 4 of the rings and 4 of the 3x8 bolts. So let's get these in. Okay, so the last bolt is enschnuggened. So now that that's done, we can move on down a little bit here. And we need to take this plate right here. You want it oriented thusly, and this should just slot right in here like that. And this will get 4 of the what I call the crinkle washers. That's what I call them. And 4 of the 3x8 bolts. I just dropped one. There it is. I found it. It's right here. 4 of these. And there we go. Last one. You actually needed 6. Not 4. I miscounted. My apologies. But there we go. We got that bit in place. So now we can move this off to the side because we got to work on something else. Alright, so now we have us some big slabs of metal here. Some nice die cast, some nice red painted die casts. They are numbered. You have number 1, and this one is labeled number 2. These pieces right here are also, I don't know if you can see it, but it's in there. You can see that one's labeled number 1. This one's number 2. So obviously 1 goes to 1, 2 goes to 2. So these will just sit right on top of these posts right here like so, and these will be secured with 5 of the PWM 2x6 screws. So let's get the screw in. Okay, last one is in. That is ready to go. So now let's attach this to the body. Okay, so here we are. So the one labeled number 2 is going to go on this side. The one labeled number 1 is going to go on this side. So this should just fit itself right in here like that. And there are 2 screws that are going to go in from the top. They're kind of hard to see, but 2 screws are going to go in from the top to secure these in place, and they will be 2 PWB 2.6x6 screws. So let me get these in. Okay, getting that in schnuggin. These are not the easiest screws to get in because you're kind of working blind too. You can't really see too well where these are going, but there you go. They're in there. They're secure. Awesome, 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 awesome. So now we are bringing in these 2 pieces here. There's some more metal, and this is going to sit over top of all this. Again, be mindful of our wires here. Looks like that's sitting right there, and that is sitting right here like that. They're not going to stay on until they're screwed in, but these are going to be secured with 6 of the PM 3x8 screws. And that is the last screw in schnuggin. There we go. That's looking great. And now we're bringing in this black plate here. This is plastic, and this is going to sit right up top. You want to make sure that your wires are going through this hole in the middle. So make sure you feed those through. I see a couple of people make this mistake and not do this, but make sure you have that going through. And this will just sit over top, and this will be secured with how many? I believe 10 of the PM 3x8 screws. So let's get that all screwed. Alrighty, and snuggling the last screw here. There we go. That is in place. Cool. So now, again, we need to put this off to the side and work on something else. Okay, so now we have this section here. We have 4 little fans, and they are all going to be glued right into these 4 points right here. So it'll look like that. So let me get this glued real quick. Okay, we got those glued in. So now let's bring in Prime again. Okay, so I got Prime laying down for this part. So they want you to put some glue on these 4 posts, which I've already done. And this should just drop right down in here. And just push right in. There we go. Like that. So now we're going to build his mighty abs. So we have this section here. We got the little metal grill. That's just going to sit right down in there, like so. And which side? This detailing here goes on the bottom. So we have this little bracket here with this singular post that goes up top. That'll sit right there. We have this one with the 2 posts. This will sit on the bottom. Oops. And this one is a specific shape. They're both specific shape, so you can make sure they sit where they're supposed to. And these will be secured with 4 PB 2.3x6 screws. So let's get these in. And there we go. Everything's in snuggened. And there we have our grill. And now we give Prime his mighty abs, and that should just friction fit right on there. Just a point of lining everything up and getting that popped in. And there we go. Yay! Prime abs! So the last thing we're going to do with this section at least is we need to secure his spine here. So we're bringing in this little bracket. It's going to go right up top. So you're using 2 different kinds of screws here. For the outside, you're using what? You're using PB 2.3x6 screws. And for the inside, to actually secure the spine itself, you're using the PWB 2.3x6 screws. So let's get those in. And there you go. Now he has a secure spine. And the last thing we're going to do today is put together the remote control. And yeah, so here we have the little PCB for it. It's all wrapped up. I want to keep it fresh. I appreciate that. So there we go. We got a little PCB there. And how will this be going on? We're looking at it like this. It is going in like this. And we have this wire to connect. I'm going to connect it right now because it'll be a lot easier to do it than after we screw it in place. There we go. That will just sit right there, and that's going to take 3 of the PB 2.3x6 screws. And last one in snuggened. You don't have to over tighten, just get it just snug enough to hold that in place. There we go. And now we have this deal here. It's a rubbery deal with the buttons. So it looks like that just sits right in there like that. We have an Autobot symbol. I'll just pop in there. Pop in there like that. And then we just merge the 2 halves. And all of this will be secured with 6 more. Our last 6 PB 2.3x6 screws. And there we go. There's our last screw in snuggened. This will take, as you can see, 2 AAA batteries. I'm not going to put batteries in it right now because there's nothing to control with this yet, so no point. We got the little cover for it. Get that stepped on. There we go. Lovely. And we have us a remote control. Look at that. And all the buttons are nice and clicky. Awesome. There we go. We got us a nice little remote control. And that is it. We are done with pack 11, and look at what we have done. Look what we have created. So we've officially finished off the legs. He has a midsection, and we have a remote control. And yeah, one more pack to go. One more pack to go. And as you can see, we do have some leftover parts here that we're going to obviously put together in the next stage. We got some matrix parts, we have some gun parts up here. So all of that will wait until the next shipment arrives. I'll keep that nice and safe. But yeah, we're at the home stretch, peoples. We are at the home stretch. So there you go. Now, if you would like to sign up for your own Optimus Prime kit, there'll be a link in the description down below for you to check out. And if you missed any stage of this build, there's a playlist in the description down below as well for you to check out at your leisure. You can watch this heroic leader take shape before your very eyes. So there you go. As always, I hope you enjoyed this exciting episode of EmGo Build Stuff. And remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face.